60% of leaders crash and burn within their first 18 months? It's like they're trying to fly a plane with a bicycle manual. Buckle up, aspiring leaders. We're about to embark on a time-traveling adventure to uncover the secrets of history's greatest captains of industry, politics, and innovation. This is no ordinary history lesson. It's a leadership odyssey that might just save you from becoming another statistic in the Leadership Fail compilation, where we bring history to life with a twist of humor and a dash of animation magic. Get ready for a journey through time that will transform the way you think about leadership. Meet Marcus, a 28-year-old tech wunderkind turned CEO. He's facing the biggest crisis of his career, a product launch so disastrous it makes the Titanic look like a successful cruise line. As Marcus contemplates whether to fake his own death and start a new life as a llama farmer in Peru, he stumbles upon an unusual solution, looking to history's greatest leaders for guidance. Little does he know, this journey through time will not only save his company, but transform him into a leader worthy of his own HBO series. Join us as we uncover the secrets of 10 extraordinary leaders who changed the world. Their stories will challenge what you think you know about leadership and might just save you from becoming another statistic in the Leadership Fail compilation. But before we dive in, here's a quick quiz. Which of these skills do you think you lack the most? A. Visionary thinking. B. Resilience. C. Emotional intelligence. D. The ability to look good in a powdered wig. Keep your answer in mind as we begin our journey. And remember, there are no wrong answers, except maybe D. Our first stop, the vast steppes of 13th century Mongolia, a place where the horse was king and personal space was not a thing. Genghis Khan, the OG of empire building. Imagine if Jeff Bezos decided to conquer the world instead of just selling everything in it. That was Genghis. Flashback to young Genghis, alone and struggling. But Genghis wasn't born with a silver bow in his mouth. Born Temujin, the future Khan faced abandonment, slavery, and betrayal. His childhood makes Oliver Twist look like a pampered Instagram influencer. Like Genghis Khan, Marcus realized he needed to think bigger. But how? Khan's secret? He didn't just set goals. He created a vision so compelling that former enemies became his most loyal allies. It's like getting cats and dogs to not only get along but to start a successful joint venture. Identify your core strength. Hint: it's not your ability to binge-watch entire seasons in one sitting. Envision its maximum potential. Think big, like conquer the known world big. Align others with your vision. Charisma and the occasional threat work wonders. Now, pause for a moment. What's your empire? How will you build it? Take a few seconds to jot down your thoughts. And no, become a professional napper doesn't count. Marcus, a platform that connects all devices seamlessly. That's it. We'll be the UN of tech, but with less bureaucracy and better snacks. As Marcus expanded his vision, he felt a surge of energy. But vision alone isn't enough. Our next leader knows that all too well. Get ready to go from the steppes of Mongolia to the prison cells of South Africa. Talk about extreme location changes. Nelson Mandela, emerging from 27 years of imprisonment to lead a nation. But freedom didn't come easy. Fun fact: during his time in prison, Mandela became so good at gardening that his fellow inmates joked he might retire to become a landscape artist. Spoiler alert, he had slightly bigger plans. Mandela actor. I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way. But I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. Mandela's resilience was forged in the crucible of Robben Island. But even he had moments of doubt. Imagine spending 27 years in prison, only to emerge and lead a nation. It's like being stuck in the world's longest team-building exercise, then becoming CEO. What if Mandela had given up? The course of history would have changed dramatically. South Africa might never have seen a peaceful transition from apartheid. It's like if Luke Skywalker had decided the Force was too much work and opened a moisture farm instead. How do I keep going when everything seems lost? Like Mandela, Marcus was facing his own prison of doubt. but Mandela's story held the key. Maintain dignity under pressure. Resist the urge to rage quit in spectacular fashion. Now it's your turn. Write down your biggest obstacle, then ask yourself, how would Mandela approach this? Would he give up? Or would he start planning the world's most epic comeback tour? It's not about me. It's about creating something that helps people. And maybe, just maybe, proving my high school guidance counselor wrong. As Marcus found new strength, he realized that true leadership isn't just about perseverance. It's about understanding people. And no one knew this better than our next leader. Get ready to meet the First Lady who redefined the role and became a global force for good. No, not Martha Washington. We're jumping ahead a bit. Eleanor Roosevelt, the woman who turned the role of First Lady from White House hostess to global humanitarian. It's like going from planning dinner parties to drafting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Talk about a career change. But Eleanor wasn't born a confident world leader. As a child, her own family called her Granny because she was so serious and old-fashioned. Imagine being the kid who gets excited about retirement plans. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Eleanor's secret? She turned her empathy into her superpower. It's like she had emotional X-ray vision, able to see right into people's hearts. Cut back to Marcus in a tense meeting with his team. I can see the frustration in their eyes. How do I connect with them? Narrator. Like Eleanor, Marcus was learning that leadership isn't just about decisions, it's about understanding people. Now it's your turn to flex those empathy muscles. Think of a conflict in your life. How could you use Eleanor's techniques to resolve it? Take a moment to jot down your thoughts. And remember, tell them to deal with it is not an Eleanor-approved solution. Marcus. I hear your concerns. Let's work through this together. And hey, if we solve this, pizza's on me. As Marcus channeled his inner Eleanor, he felt the mood in the room shift. But understanding people is only part of the equation. Sometimes you need to outthink your competition. For that, we're traveling to ancient China to meet a master strategist who makes chess grandmasters look like they're playing tic-tac-toe. Sun Tzu, the military strategist who wrote The Art of War. His book has been a go-to guide for everyone from ancient generals to modern CEOs. It's like the original Leadership for Dummies, but with more talk about spears and fewer trust falls. Sun Tzu, actor. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Sun Tzu's big idea? Strategy isn't just about winning battles, it's about winning wars. It's like playing chess while your opponent is still figuring out how to set up the board. We can't outspend our competitors, but maybe we can outsmart them. What would Sun Tzu do? Probably not suggest a company paintball tournament. Marcus realized he needed to think strategically, just like Sun Tzu. But what if Sun Tzu's opponents had read The Art of War too? The lesson? True strategy isn't about following a playbook. It's about understanding principles and applying them creatively to your unique situation. It's like a cosmic game of rock, paper, scissors where you can invent new moves. Know yourself and your enemy. No, stalking their Instagram doesn't count. Choose your battles wisely. Not everything needs to be a hill to die on. Win without fighting when possible. Intimidating power poses are optional. Time for some strategic thinking of your own. What's your biggest challenge right now? How can you apply Sun Tzu's principles to gain an advantage? Take a moment to plot your master plan. And no, buy a lot of lottery tickets is not a valid strategy. Instead of competing head-on, we'll focus on an underserved niche. We'll win by redefining the game. It's not about being the biggest player, it's about being the smartest. As Marcus embraced strategic thinking, he felt more confident. But even the best strategy needs to be communicated effectively. For that, we're jumping forward in time to meet a leader who could rally a nation with nothing but words and a really good cigar. Winston Churchill, the man who proved that a good speech can be mightier than 1,000 tanks. And let's be honest, he had a face made for radio and a voice made for inspiring millions. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender. But Churchill wasn't born with a silver tongue in his mouth. As a young man, he had a speech impediment that would have made most people choose a career in mime. Churchill worked tirelessly to overcome his stutter. proving that great communicators are made, not born. It's like he went from the King's Speech to Independence Day in one lifetime. Our setback is temporary, but our vision is unstoppable. Nope, too cheesy. Maybe I should just grunt and point at charts. Like Churchill, Marcus realized that in times of crisis, how you communicate can make